Hello everyone and welcome back. If you enjoy a lot of beautiful red rock vistas, then this video is going to be for you. We made our way into the Arches National Park. And I'm going to take you along the way on the drive for many of the beautiful vistas and scenes that we came across. There's a ton of people that visit these arches or window rocks, so we declined to go and visit. We didn't really need an Instagram photo or anything. We just kind of drove by and took it in and just went about our way. They do have a lot of wonderful little hiking trails around in this area. Paul and I were just doing a really quick drive through of this national park. It was free thanks to our interagency pass to get in, so we figured while we were in the area, why not? So we didn't really take a lot of time to get out and explore too much, but we'll definitely be back. Unfortunately, dogs are not allowed to walk around in this national park, so we took Vinny to a local dog park nearby in Moab to let him stretch his legs and get a little bit of energy out. But before too long, we were back on the road again, heading south from Moab. And there's still plenty of arches to see along the way, even if you don't visit the national park. We spent the rest of the evening driving, trying to make it to our next destination, which was just a couple hours south of Moab. It did take us clear past sunset since this is the fall season and we're losing daylight, but the sunset along the way made up for it. The next morning, after driving through the dark, we did awake to our new spot. Not sure what we would find ourselves in. But to our surprise, we picked a really nice place to camp overnight. And by the way, guys, this entire area is completely free to camp in. This is a little spot just outside of Mexican Hat, Utah, with beautiful views of those red buttes, and probably you could see little portions of Monument Valley even if you looked hard enough. This is the Valley of the Gods. We did get up a little bit later and decide to move on down the road to a different spot, which we found a little bit more scenic and just, a little bit more of what we were looking for, a little bit more space so we could also stretch out, and it did not disappoint. And there's just, like I said, plenty of spaces out here. It's all free. The only downside is that the roads are extremely bumpy, not super well maintained. You don't need a 4x4, but there were some really interesting spots and hills to have to kind of get up, and not really necessarily easy if you have a huge, massive trailer unless you've got some really good power behind your tow vehicle. This area was just so beautiful, though. We did drive around a little bit until we hit this massive sand spot in the road, and we didn't want to risk it, so we headed on back to camp. We waited for a sunset that night, but one didn't really come, unfortunately. However, though, the next morning, it was a little bit of a treat as we watched the sun dance along the buttes in the distance as the clouds kind of rolled on by. We used the clouds to our advantage to do some minor work on the van, and Vinny also enjoyed his outdoor time as well. Eventually, it was time to once more hit the bumpy dirt roads and on to something else a little bit more special. And that something special in the distance, as you'll see, is the beautiful and epic Monument Valley. We didn't go inside of the park that is ran by a Indian tribe. We were just kind of driving by, and to be honest, the views from the road are just as beautiful as inside of their park as well. But it was such a treat to finally get to see this and mark it off our bucket list. After a long day of driving through tribal lands, we finally made it outside of Flagstaff as you see those ponderosa pines coming into view. But this isn't where our final destination was. We headed even more south, this way, making our way down another hilly and curvy road outside of Sedona. We made our way down into Sedona, but unfortunately we made a bit of a beginner's mistake when it comes to RV and van life, but you will have to stay tuned and see what happens next. Thanks for watching, take care my friends, and see you next time.